Talk.
Welcome back, listeners. We're now joined with the Youth Services Unit, Mr. Jamu. Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm James Miles. I'm the acting head of the Youth Services Unit. Come to help celebrate Caribbean Youth Day and also celebrate Youthback's 19th birthday.
So what are we doing to celebrate Caribbean Youth Day in Cayman?
Well, one of the things we're doing is we're launching the Youth Services Unit's website. As soon as I get a good internet signal here, we can probably take a tour of it. And we're also launching Proud of Them nomination period for the next round.
So can we take a tour of the website?
Internet out here. So as soon as I get the internet up, I'll try to give you a tour.
Can you share with our listeners what Proud of Them is?
Proud of Them is a recognition awards program that's been established in the Cayman Islands since 2013. It is a way of promoting the positive contributions young people make to the Cayman Islands and their community, not only in the Cayman Islands, but whatever community they're in. Some are overseas in school and still doing well. Some are have outstanding grades. So there's 6 different categories you could be awarded for: academic achievement, community service, career, culture, business, or sports. And those are the 6 categories that you could be highlighted on for having major contributions.
So how big is the nomination window this year?
We can still have the 3 weeks. So it starts today and it ends on October 21. So it's still three weeks for you to get your nominations in. I don't think you need more than 3 weeks.
So what incentives are there for the people that would be recognized?
Well, the awards, besides having a billboard up for one whole year, and besides $1,000 from the Cayman Islands government, you get to be exposed at a high level. You come on the radio, do a lot of media appearances, engage with other youth groups from time to time, speaking at schools from time to time, and going on a lot of radio stations and television and a lot of media stuff.
So we know that we're celebrating 19 years of Youthback today. Can you tell us how Youthback started?
Well, it started when it was the Department of Youth and Sports. I was new in the department. We were trying to find ways of trying to get the message out so parents and teachers and mentors and young people would be aware of what is actually there for young people. So it started out as a way of getting the message out in a very cost-effective way. Television is very costly, and trying to print weekly notices in the newspaper was also very costly. Thankfully, radio came on, opened their doors to us and said, yeah, you can come put in a 1-hour show. And it didn't really cost us anything other than the time it takes to prepare for the show, which takes all week long. We started out that way, and I was the host, just to get the message out. And then all of a sudden, when we get guests on, they wanted to keep coming back every week. And so they, especially those that wanted to get into broadcasting, into media and journalism. So I said, okay, let's turn it into a program where everybody have a season. We set the seasons at a certain amount of weeks, and it kind of goes along with the calendar season, 16 to 18 weeks.
So what has been the impact of Youthbacks?
There's been over 100 young people, over 110 young people have been through the program in its 19 years. A lot of them have continued in media. Some that it has been a launching pad for them. It brought them out of the shell. They came in a whole lot more reserved than when they left. When they left, they were a lot more articulate, able to express themselves. It opened opportunities for them because there was so much networking that they done in the time that they spent. And most young people spend at least 2 or 3 years on the show. You start out not necessarily on air. You start out behind the scenes, getting to know how everything runs. So by the time you get to sit in the host chair, you've probably been on the show for about 2 years. Some people get there quicker than others, but it's usually about 2 years before you get there. You've done some of everything from promos to street work to news to music to a bunch of community service projects and engaging the community. A lot of networking opportunities that you would get, and you rub shoulders with from the governor go down.
So Chanel, what has been the impact of Youthflex on your life?
Well, for me, I want to be a broadcast journalist. So my mother actually reached out to Mr. Jamo, and that's how I got started. And I remember my first day here. It was they were having the Flexathon in 2018 December. And so that was my first actual time on radio, as well as being with Youth Flex. And through that, I can say that I've learned a lot about the time that it takes into planning a show. It's brought me out of my shell. I'm more confident in when I speak publicly because, for Youth Flex, you have to go through Toastmasters training. So that also helped my speech and everything. But yeah, Youth Flex has been great, and I don't think I want it to stop. But it has to stop at some point, but I don't think I want it to.
We are also joined in studio with Ellie, so can you tell us what impact Youthflex has had on your life?
Youthflex. Yeah, Youthflex has had multiple impacts on my life. That Toastmasters was a prerequisite for Youthflex, as Chanel said, and it just helped me to be more confident, learn more ways to express myself, not only verbally, but through work behind the scenes academically. And it's just improve your skill set as, you improve every day.
And not also that, but you also build friendships, and we're a family, from Ayana to Mohindra, Tarek, and from continuously coming back, you build this bond that I don't think anyone can break, no matter how hard they try. It just can't be broken.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the cool things about Youthflex being around for so long and its tenure affords me the opportunity that when we are out doing community service projects, I can reconnect Youthflex present with Youthflex past, and almost anywhere we go, it's always like, hey, this one's Flex family, that one's Flex family.
Yeah, I remember at Miss World last year, we went to take pictures, and John was just like,
so
she was past Youthflex, she's past. I was like, wait, there's too much now. Calm down.
Yeah. And I think that's a cool thing. I see a lot of the Flex family still highly involved in their community, highly engaged, always volunteering. Like the virus has stuck with them to serve and to be great. Because it was Jesus that said that the greatest among you is the one that serves. And I see that service is a common thread that they continue to do. Some still continue to excel in academics and careers and all this other stuff. But I think it's hinged around their commitment to service. And because of that, a lot of people just open doors for them. And it is something that we try to do with all of our programming, not just Youthflex. We have the Youth Assembly that's run by the Youth Services Unit. And now the Youth Ambassador Program that is run by the Youth Services Unit. And now we have Proud of them as well. So it is one way of us trying to keep all our young people engaged, all of our young people that are setting a high standard for young people to constantly to aspire to keep them positive, motivated, and engaged in their community, so we can be an inspiration to everyone around them.
So what about you, Chloe? You're now host. How has your Youthflex experience been so far?
Yes.
I actually remember my first show also. I was sitting right in the waiting room, and I think I was brought on air that show. I had to read the news, and I was just thrown, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was so nervous, and I still am very nervous most times. But it has opened my eyes to so many things in the community. Every week I come on the show, I learn something new, which is also amazing. And I go out to do community service projects and just the relationship that we have with everyone in the Flex fam. It's amazing. We build these great bonds together, and it's, as Chanel said, it's unbreakable.
So, Mr. Jamo, out of the 19 years, do you have a favorite season or a favorite show?
Oh yeah, mine. No, I think the very first season actually had a lot of highlights. It came on the heels of 9/11. So I remember the very first show as if it was yesterday. We had just lost Aaliyah, an artist, as well. I think her plane took a nosedive in the Bahamas. And so we featured her music as well, and a lot of tribute music for because of 9/11. And yeah, I mean that might be far back for people to ask, but it actually changed the way we travel. And I think that this similar impacts that COVID will have on us, of changing the way we live and move and have our being. And I think it is lessons to be learned, and there are ways that we can continue to grow as individuals. And I'm hoping that that's what not only us in the Youth Services Unit and us on Youth Flex, but the whole world try to embrace the new changes and to be better. I actually have the website up now, so if you really want to take a tour, I'll try to see if RJ can get this on one of the cameras. I don't know if he can shoot down on this, but I'll try to get it that if you're looking at Chloe, you could probably see it. All right. The first thing I would want to show you is the team, because as acting head of the Youth Services Unit, the main part of any organization is its personnel. So on the page we have our team. So it's myself, Victor Crumley, Hannah, and Winston. And I don't know if RJ can see this one. It has all our email addresses and ways you can contact us. So that is part of the website. Proud of Them is also a major part of it. It has its own microsite. And I really want to thank the ministry's communication team for all the hard work that they helped with, even with the branding and getting this all set. The videos in the back from Proud of Them and stuff. It's really showcasing a lot of some of what you can expect from Proud and the exposure. So along with having the billboards and the money awards and stuff, you'll also get to be kind of looked at on the website as well. We'll try to make sure we have this kind of content. But on the site, you can actually nominate straight from the site. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Scroll down. All right, right on the site. This is a list of the honorees, and you can see it goes all the way back to 2013 when it started. This is our most recent honorees, 2020. And you'll see their vignettes. These are photos that are also on the billboards, and they have also like a mirage kind of feature on the billboards that is not on these. But along with the photos of the 2020, we have a listing of all of those honorees prior. If you want to read up on their stories, I guess you could as well. But the honorees actually have their video that was played at the awards ceremony. And you can just get on that by clicking on a person's picture. You get to see all their bio. And then you get to see their video as well. And this is also on YouTube. So you can get it on both places, either off the site or on YouTube. So was Nisa Gadettes.
I attended the University College of the Cayman Islands, where I achieved my Associate of Arts in Social Studies. And then after that, I attended the University of Tampa, where I achieved my bachelor's in sociology and a minor in studio arts.
Nisa has always been a really calm, caring, quiet person. She's someone that's always found the joy in the simplicity of life. So she's always loved art and animals and the beach. And she's someone that really is very content with life and just lives life to the fullest.
At UCCI, I graduated with honors, and I was on the Dean's List and President's List almost every semester. At the University of Tampa, I graduated magna cum laude, and I also graduated on the Dean's List. At the Pennsylvania State University, I also graduated as an Honor Society member.
From the time she started pre-kindergarten all the way up to primary 6th grade, she was always on the honor roll, and I knew that she had it in her to excel all the way through to college.
I see myself having a nonprofit organization which focuses on women and girls and helping them achieve their financial and educational goals. I probably want to expand that organization to become a community development organization for the entire Cayman Islands, across all 3 islands, which would focus on poverty, but beginning first with women's poverty, as it has many implications for the well-being of the community, for men and children alike.
It goes on for another minute and a half. So I think we can either go to our music break now, and then we can finish at some other time.
All right, so our next music break is from Jamaica. Here is Healing by Taurus Riley.
At these walls, wrestling with my thoughts, is just still with me.
Association.
Hey, fellas, we ain't gonna ever back down from nobody.
This is Alfredo Whitaker, president of the Cayman Islands Football Association.
I don't care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied.
Show your support. Your teams are working hard to be the best.
CIFA.
Cayman Islands Football Association.
Building a better future for Cayman football.
If one of us go down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight.
Radio Cayman and CIFA, your team. 2020, your year.
So let's hit this field and bang them.
CIFA, Cayman Islands Football Association.
Go out and support the matches in your district.
Taste the freedom of Dragon Inn. You may not be able to travel just yet, but your taste buds can take a trip around the world. Dragon Inn Restaurant in Countryside Plaza. Bold flavors. Authentic Sichuan Chinese cuisine made fresh daily. Rich in taste with no MSG. Choose from stir fry, chop suey, chow mein, sweet and sour, and so much more. Get out of the house and dine in from 10:30 to 10:30 or delivery 7 days a week until 10 p.m. Call 947-1166. Dine in at the Dragon Inn at Countryside Plaza or call 947-1166 to place your order. Receive a free Dragon Inn soup with all orders before 3 p.m.
Do you have questions about your water service? We've got the answers. Keep up to date with what's happening at the Water Authority by checking out our website, www.waterauthority.ky. You can also stay up to date by checking out our social media pages. Find us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. Water Authority Cayman, suppliers of the world's most popular drink.
This is Youthback, more than talk.
Welcome back, listeners. We're now joined with the 2020 Water Authority Cayman Scholar, Devontae Joseph.
Hello, guys. Hello.
Hey, what's
Hi,
up, man?
Devontae. How are you?
How's England?
I would be lying if I said I was all right now, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna push through though. Yeah, just a little bit under the weather.
Oh, okay.
So besides being the 2020 Water Authority Scholarship recipient, can you tell us a bit about Devontae?
Well, a bit about me. I've also been involved in many extracurricular activities over the years. So, for example, I've had leadership roles in Key Club, Student Council, Youth Group, YMCA, and through my duties as a prefect at school. And then as it relates to sports, I've been a part of the Little League Association. I've been playing flag football for a few years, and I've been playing rugby for about a year now. And then lastly, music. I was involved in every band and choir at my school and choir at my church. And I also attained a merit at Trinity Grade 6 on clarinet. I mean, there's a lot more to me, but I don't want to drop my whole personal statement on Youthflex.
Hey.
So, how did you feel when you got the news of your scholarship from Water Authority Cayman?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was a big breath of relief because I was filled with so much doubt and unsurety due to the fact that I wasn't able to take my exams and I didn't really know what the exam board would award me. And also, it was a bit of a birthday surprise because I actually received this email just a few hours before my birthday. And I mean, I was happy and so were my parents.
How did you feel? Sorry, what does the earning the scholarship mean to you?
Well, just a little bit more than just earning the scholarship. What it means to me is that I constantly have to achieve good grades and I have to represent the company in an admirable manner wherever I go. I mean, I just need to remember that in my heart, you know? And then in addition to this, it also means that I am now a member of the Water Authority family. And this is what drives me and motivates me because when I took the internship last year, I instantly felt like a part of the family. And I can't nowhere else can compare to Water Authority, really.
When you interned at Water Authority in the summer, what job were you doing?
Well, when I interned, I was working in the engineering department, and I was also working in the operations department. So in operations, I had to fix a broken pipe. It was a little bit of a long task, though, because we couldn't locate the leak. But eventually we did. So I learned a lot. And then engineering, I was just doing some courses online. learning more about the process of reverse osmosis and pumps and motors. That's basically what I did.
So what are you studying for your major?
Well, by the end of my degree here at University of Leeds in the UK, I should come out with a master's degree in chemical engineering.
So what career would you like to pursue with that degree?
Well, I since I have the Water Authority scholarship, I I signed a contract that I have to come back to Cayman to work there for 4 years. And when I'm there, I think I will work in the water filtration department or like the wastewater department.
So can you tell us where did you get your guidance in terms of career and college selection?
Yeah, this was a long process, but I received my guidance from my heads of sixth form at Cayman Prep. I guess an early shout out to Miss Willigan and Mr. Brennan. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, they were extreme. Yeah, I mean, they were just extremely helpful the entire time. They helped me choose my universities. They read over my personal statement, and they helped me sort out some problems I was having with university fees. Because even though I'm Caymanian, they didn't think I deserved home fees, but we had to sort that out.
So we're in our season of dedication. What does dedication mean to you?
Let me pause for like 5 seconds. That's a good question. What am I dedicated to? Well, first off, let me state that I am dedicated to God, because without him, all of my successes wouldn't be possible. Man. Honestly, because I faced so many things this year. I guess everyone has, but he really helped me pull through. And also, I'm dedicated to my studies. And with this degree, I strive to innovate and invent new products and better the quality of life for everyone, really, especially the less fortunate.
So what do you do in your spare time?
Yeah, I wish I had spare time, I currently don't have a lot of spare time, but when I did, I would spend time playing sports, listening to a lot of music, and a weird kind of nerdy-ish hobby was solving speed cubes, or as you would know them, Rubik's cubes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any words of encouragement or advice for young people who might be seeking a reason to press on?
Well, I'm going to try my best not to give cliche advice, because, I mean, you hear the same thing all the time. Yeah, work hard. I mean, of course, that's a major part of it, but I would say you just need to have a goal in mind and don't let anything hinder you from achieving that goal. For example, you could be facing mental health problems, like physical pain or whatever, but you just got to push through, because there's always someone behind you to support you. And just remember that you're not alone.
So do you have any final comments or shout-outs?
Oh boy, shout outs. This is going to be hard. I'm going to try not to forget anyone.
No, man, take your time.
So, yeah, let me think this one. So I have 2 schools to shout out. First, I want to shout out my St. Ignatius family, Mr. Donahue, Mrs. DeQuinto, Mr. Reed, and to my prep family, we got the heads of sixth form, my tutors, Miss Andrews and Miss Chambers, my chemistry teacher, Miss Devlin, and also to the rest of my subject teachers. Cannot forget my parents, or my uncles, my aunts, my grandparents, Church of God Chapel on Walker's Road, and last but not least, Water Authority. Hopefully, I didn't forget anyone just now.
No, I think you got them all covered.
Yeah, I think
Unless
so.
you want to shout out key clubbers and all that kind of thing. And all your sports teams and different stuff. Band members.
We'll be here forever.
Well, thank you so much, Devontae, for joining us. Our next music break is from Barbados. Here is Red Plastic Bag with Something Happening.
I see people dressed in costume, food and drink being consumed, young people walking up, old people jumping up, woman with child in hand, chipping behind a costume van. I see big truck keep coming down.
Welcome back, listeners. We will now go straight into our news and highlights by our co-host Chanel.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Sometime After 4 news, brought to you by the Youthflex radio show. The new Self-Help Community Foundation, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, Agriculture, and Lands, will be starting their Poetry Slam contest auditions in Cayman Brac tomorrow, October 1st, 2020. The contest is for youth between the ages of 10 to 25, and the prizes are $600 for first place, $500 for second place, $400 for third place. For more information, contact Mr. J.C. Connor at 927-7273. On October 2nd, the East End Youth Cook Championship will challenge the Cayman Brac Championship in the Brac with judging by the staff of Home Gas and the Youth Services Unit. The 2021 National Youth Cook-Off continues on October 24th with the Northside District Cook-Off at the Agriculture Pavilion, starting at 6 p.m. If interested in competing, email nycpkman@gmail.ky for applications. Thanks to our sponsors, Home Gas Limited, the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, Agriculture, and Lands, the Department of Tourism, Cayman Islands Agricultural Society, the new Self-Help Community Foundation, Cayman First, Cayman National, and Cayman Culinary Society. Congratulations to all of the young people who participated in the East End Cook-Off. A special shout out to Joshua Vieira on becoming the East End Youth Cook-Off champion. Props to the thousands of young people taking part in the Caribbean Youth Day Regional Online Forum today. Shout out to all of the young people who were recognized by the Optimist Club of Georgetown for their excellence in academics and community service. This includes our host Chloe McClement and others. That concludes the news and highlights for this week. I'm Chanel. Thank you.
Thank you, Chanel. So we're now joined once again with Mr. Jamo. Yep. Can you share with us the vision for Caribbean Youth Day?
Well, the theme for Caribbean Youth Day today is Vision 2020, Caribbean Youth Crafting One Vision. If I can take a little excerpt from the message from the youth minister from Barbados on his address to the Caribbean on Caribbean Youth Day. This is what he had to say. Since being established in the Caribbean calendar in 1985 to celebrate the work, contribution, roles, and achievements of our young people, Barbados has annually celebrated Caribbean Youth Day in various ways, including youth parades, participating in regional activities, celebrating events, lectures, and since 2015 as a focal point on their National Youth Week. I say that to say that is becoming soon to the Cayman Islands. National Youth Week is something that we could definitely do leading up to Caribbean Youth Day, which is always on the 30th of September. I know the ministry wants to have this kind of celebration, so you can probably look for it coming from 2021. It won't be as quiet as it is today.
So what do you think the Cayman Islands would look like in the next 10 to 20 years?
Well, I think it should be better than it is today. We have so much lessons to learn and to grow from our COVID pandemic. It should be utilizing a lot more renewable energies. Cayman should be, in 20 years, should be self-sufficient in terms of food. Should have proper food security. It should have almost zero unemployment. If we don't get it right in 20 years, I would probably be very disappointed. Granted, I would be a very old man by then. But I'm confident that we can do major turnarounds and grow from the lessons we learned from COVID-19. Where do you guys see Cayman in the next 20 years?
I see Cayman definitely better off from what we are now. Ensuring that everyone in Cayman is at a great stage in life, and definitely allowing our youth to participate more in activities.
Okay. Chanel, what do you think? what Cayman will look like 20 years from now, 2040.
Wow.
Well, obviously, as everyone stated before, I plan to see it, better off than it is now, obviously. As you said, hopefully by then there'll be zero unemployed persons. Everyone by then will, if it's not a big office job, it'll at least be something to help them, make a little something. And I would also like to see no hunger, not see anyone, because there are children who go to school without lunch money and who don't have food at home even. So I would definitely love to see no hunger in Cayman. Because even though people always say, if you don't eat something, they always say there are children in Africa who would love to have this. But there are, in fact, children in Cayman alone that would love to have that meal that, we throw away every night. So, yeah.
Ellie?
Yeah, in 40 years, I definitely see Cayman being more economically developed. Making every use of the resource that we have today. We have a lot of vegetation that could be used in another way. For example, the old Cayman Islands government building could be used or even renovated to be probably like a firm or something
or
that could
museum
be
or something.
museum or something useful that would be beneficial for not just one part of the economy but for everyone.
Well, I would hope it would also spawn a resurgence in our cultural and our heritage type stuff. Like, I would like to see catboats in 2040. And I'm not talking about just small ones, big ones that can actually take people from here to Cayman Brac. Why not? Wind operated, so it's zero emissions. Before there was engines, people sailed around the world because we were discovered by sailors on sailboats. So if they can come from around the other side of the world on a sailboat, we must can do here to Cayman Brac to little, and to do so without polluting. I can see us probably having all electric cars by then. And I'm hoping that we get there. That we can be a zero pollution country.
Yeah, because we are small enough to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, we got so much sunlight here. Solar should be something that's...
A lot of sunlight.
Yeah, we're supposed to be able to store it up. And I'm hoping that you can get into energy storage. And that we would never have a shortage of power once the sun is out. We can find other ways of generating power, and I hope CUC listening. We come up with something new other than burning diesel. And I'm hoping that that's the way for Cayman going forward. The roads would last a lot longer because the cars would be lighter. They'd be lighter because they're not gonna have big clunky gas engines,
About it.
And because they won't be high speed, not necessarily high speed vehicles, we should be safer on the road. I think with zero unemployment, that means everybody be working, so we shouldn't have a high welfare load. With everybody working, that means people are contributing to their pensions and everybody living a life that they can not only survive on but thrive on. I think there should be a lot of small businesses by then, and it's starting. I see the Ministry of Commerce has a small business center just so we can start to think about these innovative entrepreneurs to spawn that, and I think that should be a way of getting a lot of young people and young minds and who have these new ideas in business to get them going and get them going in the right way. I think they want to do an incubator as well, and I'm really looking forward to see how that operates and that it functions well. I know it will get the support of the Youth Services Unit, especially when we come across young people that have great business ideas that need to be nurtured. I see 4-H clubs in Cayman in 20 years' time doing really well, making sure that everybody has food, that we can grow our own stuff and we can eat what we grow, and that we're not relying all the time on the boat to come in. So I'm hoping in 20 years' time that's the Cayman that we see. A lot of people, we're actually in a very good position right now. A lot of people wish they were in the Cayman Islands. We fly the flag of being COVID free, and a lot of countries around the world can't. They're wishing that they could come and spend some time here and live and move in the way that we actually benefiting from. We wear masks if we want to. We don't really have to. But we're still reliant on a lot of stuff from the outside. But I'm hoping 20 years from now we don't have to.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for joining us on Youthflex today. I'm your host, Clubby, with my co-host, Chanel. Shout out to our guest, Mr. Jamo from the Youth Services Unit, and 2020 Water Authority Scholarship recipient, Devontae. Shout out to Radio Cayman for their work on sounding boards, Mr. Wilson Natra, DJ Lynn, and DJ Silver Fox. Shout out to RJ for the live YouTube feed.
Also, special shout out to our Youthflex crew, Jared on Youthflex Socials and Community Service, Musical Director DJ Edwards, Mohindra and Ayana, our Youthflex News Desk, Angel, our Promo Director, and the 100+ Flex family all over the globe.
Thanks to CIFA, Cayman Insurance Center, UWI Open Campus, and Dragon Inn Restaurant for sponsoring the Super Jam, and to you, our listeners, for tuning in every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. for Youthflex on 89.9 FM. Join us again next Wednesday for a season of dedication. Until next week, this is your host, Chloe McClement saying, keep your chin up and God bless.